It's happening! It's happening! Welcome back for Season 2 of 2 Weeks, One Shot, a tabletop RPG variety podcast. And to the start of a drum roll, please. The Year of Twos. This season, we have more adventures, more guests, more systems, and just more. We have a great adventure ready for you as we kick off with a game set in D&D 5e and a surprise guest DM. So let's do this thing. God, it's crazy that it's February 22nd, 2022. Just like, what the what? Guys, I want you to think of your favorite... Hold on. I sense something. A presence I've not felt since...
Hey, what's up? It's me. Your brother.
Oh, no.
Frank.
Son of a bitch.
Wait, he's your brother? Dun, dun, dun!
Cue in the chipmunk.
I can hear the mustache on the audio.
Thank you for inviting me back, Alex.
Yeah, of course. Frank is running the game tonight, y'all, in case you didn't know.
Oh, my lord.
In case you weren't ready, like we didn't talk about it beforehand.
Oh.
Running into the ground.
It's gotta go somewhere.
What do you mean? We prepared these characters for your game. Duh.
Yes.
It's all been a clever ruse. A clever ruse which you should have followed the clues to, which kind of ties into today's episode. So, the opening question. Who's your favorite fictional detective?
Ooh.
Oh, I already got this one, guys. It's easy. It's
Hit me with it.
freaking...
Columbo.
No. Blue's Clues. That little fucking dog.
Yeah, that dog is a great detective.
Every day it was a mystery.
I feel like Steve is the detective.
Yeah. Who's running the show there?
Steve was the guy that was losing shit. It was Blue's Clues that was finding it.
No, but Blue is the one who's leaving the clues.
What about Scooby-Doo? Out of all the dog detectives, he clearly was the best.
Yeah, but Scooby-Doo was just stoned. I mean, he wasn't actually like finding anything. He was just sort of being found in situations because he was a stoner.
Yeah, but he figured it out in the end. That's why the bad guy always said, if it wasn't for you kids and your meddling dog, he got credit, yo. He got credit.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Let's be real, though. Scooby-Doo did kind of Mr. Magoo his way into the solutions for all his mysteries, didn't he, though?
But he did seem to get more credit than I did on my last collaboration. So, he must be doing something right.
Oh, rough.
Ouch. Sorry to hear that.
I got one.
Hit it.
Dixon Hill. I'm not sure if he's actually a real, from literature or anything, but he is the detective that Captain Picard goes onto the holotech and plays the program. It becomes Dixon Hill. We'll go with that.
Thank you for that bright memory.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
The holodeck. Garbage.
Captain Picard was such a nerd.
He was great. Captain Picard was great.
He's the best.
Truly.
I come back to TNG. It's so good.
So my favorite detective, who I just now realized isn't a detective,
Okay.
is Lupin the Third, but he's a thief, isn't he?
He detects where the treasure is.
He just has a teammate that kind of dresses like a detective, so...
My favorite detective is Jason Bourne.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
He's kind of like a secret agent detective, right? No?
I would have accepted that. Batman,
Sure, technically a detective as well, but so little detecting.
yeah.
Ace Ventura. That's definitely my favorite.
No. Hey. I will not allow a pet detective on this podcast.
Oh, come on. They got credentials.
Yo, we missed that one. I could have been a druid. Shit.
Be the pet detective.
So good.
God damn it.
Do we have time? Can we stop now and let Harold rewrite his old character?
Let's reset. Let's do this tomorrow.
All right. Well, hello, everyone. And welcome to 2 weeks,
Wait, I
One
never
Shot.
gave mine, Alex. Excuse you.
No. All right, Brian, hit me with yours. We'll stop the whole thing for Brian.
All right.
This is going to be the best suggestion ever.
No. I'll be quick because this is probably one that a lot of people who listen to this haven't heard of. But the Thin Man, which the actual detective is Nick Charles, who wasn't originally the Thin Man, but in the other movies after the first one, they call him the Thin Man because people were confused. They're just hilariously really funny old detective movies from like the 30s. But the really good thing about the early ones is that they're from before like the whole code in Hollywood that was like censorship on things. So they're really, really good. Like especially I think the first one and maybe the first sequel came out before that code was in effect. So they got away with everything and it was really good.
Well, look at you being all cultured.
I'll have to check that out. The Thin Man.
They're extremely funny.
Okay, all right. Did we get everybody? Did everyone give a detective?
Everyone had a turn.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I think Owen Wilson would like a turn. Oh, wow. I think my favorite detective was, who was the guy that was in the tower? Okay, I'm done. You can cut all that.
Wow.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2 Weeks, One Shot, the tabletop RPG podcast where we, as a group of normal functioning human adults, play a one-shot campaign every 2 weeks from different tabletop RPG systems. My name is Alex, and I won't be running tonight's campaign. Joining us at the table are my fellow gumshoes, inspectors, private eyes, and
Dicks.
friends. Introduce yourselves, everybody.
Hi. Hello. Hey. Hi, I'm Harold. And what's that behind you? It's not me. I'm here recording this podcast. You should go check that out.
All right, I'm John, and I'm gonna play some D&D.
Boring. I'm Brian, otherwise known as Felix Missionary, but you can call me anytime.
Oh, God. I felt that one in the pit of my stomach.
Do we not like that one?
No, we don't like that.
We don't like that?
I don't think we like you.
Oh, no.
And tonight's guest DM is Frank.
Hey, it's me.
What a surprise.
Guess the cat's out of the bag.
Yep.
It's like we know no one else.
It's the same 4 people over and over again.
Oh, I don't like you to imply that my roster of people to invite to this podcast is very deep.
Just people that you've slept with or blood related to.
You're off the slept with list. So for those joining us who are new to tabletop RPGs, a one-shot campaign is an adventure you play with a group of quote-unquote friends and a Brian that begins and ends all in one setting. Tonight's campaign, we'll be playing in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, where the DM or Dungeon Master, in today's case that is Frunk, gives us the players, scenarios, and settings in which we interact with the world and each other by talking and using skills that effectiveness is determined by rolling different sets of dice from D4s to D20s and beyond in some cases. Frank, why don't you tell us a little bit about tonight's setting?
Of course. Well, tonight our game goes into the seedy underworld of film noir. We'll be following a group of detectives who are trying to crack a mystery I like to call the mystery of the empty cradle. Sound effects.
We'll get that.
Fantastic. Now, gentlemen, if the game is afoot, then ready, steady, roll.
Tonight's adventure is titled The Case of the Empty Cradle. Newfoundland. A city where they'll kill you before they look at you. But that kind of place is good for business when you're a private eye. It was last Thermidor, hottest month of the year in a hell of a year. A plague had hit the city. People were dying by the dozens. The full tally? Thousands. I was sitting in the office with the team. My team. The Darling Detective Agency. The team consists of Trusty Jeff. Say hello there, Jeff.
It is I, Jeff, the man of 101 faces.
Hobson Wolf. More man than halfling, but really he was just a halfling. Or was he? Say hello, Hob.
Hello, Hobson Wolf at your service. Here for any sort of investigation that you might need, whether it be missing wallet or somebody gone out of your life.
Grotank Neeson. Well, words aren't enough to describe Grotank, so I'll let him do it himself.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. And if you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired by being a ranger all alone in the wild by myself. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you have my daughter, let her go. If you don't have my daughter, you should tell me where she is. And if you don't know where my daughter is, I'd like for you to point me in a direction to someone who might know where my daughter is. But if you do have my daughter, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
He says that every night, folks. Every night. Next, and not last, or least, maybe last, Lu Fang. Take it away, Fangy.
Yeah, listen, I ain't nearly as, intense as that guy over there, but, I'm here, and I'm here to crack some skulls and some secrets wide open.
Well, there it is, folks. That's my team, and me? I'm Frank Darling, the boss. We were all comfortable in the office, sitting around, when suddenly we heard a rapacious knock.
Oh, what's a rapacious knock?
Whether that's a real word or not, I can't tell you. I know I felt it, though. I went and opened the door, and there was a messenger. Loud and clear, he said.
Constable Fife wants you to come to 221B Baker Street. You're never gonna believe this. It's the Helms family. Shylock and his kid have both disappeared.
And then off he went, leaving me holding the note. Shylock was the greatest detective to ever live. He practically wrote the book on detecting, a personal hero of mine. What do you say, boys? Should we go?
Perhaps we'll find clues to where my daughter is.
Perhaps we shall.
What a fascinating mystery to try to find someone so skilled as him.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we mostly British? That's fantastic.
I am a master of all accents, but I'm particular to this one.
So, with that brief and nonsensical conversation, we left the office and made our way to 221B Baker Street.
That sounds slightly trademarked.
Just if only a little bit.
Don't tell anyone.
Thankfully, it was on our side of town, making travel easy. When we got there, the townhouse was surrounded by law enforcement. Cops were everywhere. And of course, chief among them was the chief. Chief Fife. You showed up just in time. Guys, maybe you all could, maybe possibly, help me out here? I'm a little lost. I don't know how to solve this one.
What have you found so far, Chief?
As far as I can tell, both Shylock and baby, Watley, they've completely disappeared. There's no sign of forced entry. The doors were all closed. Yeah, I mean, as far as I could tell, they were just having a regular night, and Shylock went to bed at the usual time, is what Mrs. Helms was telling me when she put the baby to sleep. That's all I wrote down on my pad, because then I ran out of paper, and that's all I got for you. But I could take you to the missus if you like. Maybe she'd be able to help you.
I fucking hate this chief. He's never prepared, and he's never found my daughter. I want to do a perception check to see if what condition the chief is in. Perhaps he's feeling a little shaky, not in the right mind to be doing his job.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
Plus your perception.
A 14 with a 7, that's, 21.
You do notice that the chief is just sweating profusely. He seems particularly unnerved with all this, but you don't know if that's because he has got something to hide or because he most recently got this promotion after the last chief had a stroke, and he was clearly not ready for this high-profile position.
I don't think this chief is ready for this clearly high-profile position, and I think the wet bastard has missed most of the clues. I say we do our own investigation.
You all want to stay out here, or you want to go inside? I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm just not really, you all can look at the building, but you're all welcome to go in.
Yes, inside.
I will speak with the widow. Not yet widow. Possible widow.
Just assuming the worst.
Oh, the wife? Yeah.
The widow.
She'll be a widow by the end of the day. I know people who take others. There's no point in the ransom. He'll be a body soon, just like my daughters.
Out of the townhouse came an older-looking woman. maybe about 75, gray-haired, sweet-looking. She was looking very tired, but also dressed in formal wear of a sort, as if she was going out in the town and not staying in this morning. Very strange indeed. And she too seemed to be in quite a state. Hello there, detectives. How can I be of service?
Please, do tell us of your husband's recent disappearance. What useful information can you impart upon us?
Yes, of course. Well, let's see. It all went by so quickly. It was this morning. I got up to feed the baby and discovered that he was gone.
The baby?
Yes.
The baby is gone?
Yes. My grandson. He's gone.
Just like my daughter. Perhaps there's a connection.
Perhaps there's a kidnapper out there.
Yes.
That could entirely be possible.
I will find him, and I will kill him.
Oh. Well, I do hope that you at least find my child and my husband.
Please continue with your tale. Never mind my associate's missing daughter. Not much progress in that case.
When I went into the nursery, I saw that the crib was empty, and I went immediately to go find Shylock. I let him know, and he began walking up and down, checking every room around, making sure that the windows were secure, and then he just stopped. He lit a pipe, and then he considered, is what he called it. He stood there, watching his surroundings. He told me to contact the authorities, and when I returned, he was gone. It was strange. Late last night, I had a feeling something ominous was in the air. My dear Watley, that's my grandson's name, he was particularly fussy. He was very sick. He threw up on me. My nerves were already. I had to take a hot shower to relax. And I went to bed hoping that everything would be fine, but not at all. Not at all.
Ma'am,
Oh, you down there. Hello.
yes, hello. That's where all the smoke is coming from.
Mr. Wolf, do you want to look right eye?
Yes, please, Lou, if you would not mind.
Lou squats down and picks up Wolf like under the arms and just lifts him up so that he's eye to eye with this old woman.
Grotang tickles his feet from below.
Now, Miss Holmes.
Helms.
Helms, what case was your husband working on?
Oh, none. My husband's retired.
Retired?
For nearly a decade.
Yes, I'd heard. He hasn't been dabbling or maybe following the papers in anything?
I mean, he always follows the papers. And he never really brought his work home with me, of course. Never shared anything. Always kept his private matters private.
Does he have a private space for his private matters?
Well, of course, the downstairs study.
Madam, if you would be so kind as to leading us to this study.
Of course. Right this way. And with that, she led us inside. It was clearly a very comfortable abode.
Ooh.
It was spacious, large. There was a living room that had been converted into an office that led into some kind of kitchen. You could see the pots and pans strewn about as if somebody had tried cooking that morning. There was an upstairs that clearly led to 2 bedrooms, along with what I suspect had to have been a bathroom, since she took a shower. And in that moment, we decided to look around and pick up what clues we could.
Well, I say we look around and pick up what clues we can.
Right. The study, I believe, would be an excellent place to start.
Did you ever finish making that breakfast, miss?
No, I left in quite the huff. It's nothing big, just a frittata.
Tell me, miss, did you share a bed with your husband last night?
I did, yes, as the night before.
Take me there.
All right.
And when you're done with that, make sure you finish this frittata business.
Yes, of course. Of course. Are you all hungry?
I am.
Well, then let me show him to the bedroom, and then after that I will make this frittata. On second thought, upstairs and to the right. It's the first door. See your way in. Let me make the frittata. Sorry.
Now I can do my work. Am I Batman? I'm losing my character already.
No, you trained Batman.
Oh, that's right, of course. I was like, why do I keep thinking about Batman? Oh, right.
I'm starting to think you're the Liam Neeson who did the taking instead of having people took.
I'm taken, I'm tooken,
You're shook.
I'm retook, I've taken over.
You get back home, like, Dad, no, I told you took me like 20 years ago.
But are you Tukin or Threekin?
Oh, God.
Forkin.
I'd like to roll insight to see if I can tell if she's like hiding anything from us or if it seems like there's anything that she isn't quite mentioning yet. Presumably, she is coming in to start making the frittata And does she seem like she's just nervous, or does she seem like she's on edge for some bigger reason? Does it seem like there's anything she's hesitating to tell us about? Or, God forbid, if she's lying to us?
Gasp.
And that with my insight, which I should be good at, but I rolled really badly. I rolled a 4, and with my insight, that becomes a 13.
As far as you can tell, she seems to be honest. She's definitely racked. Like her nerves are racked. She's essentially an emotional mess since both her husband and baby have disappeared in the morning, or at least so suspected.
All right. Well, once he's pretty sure on that front, Lou is happy to just wait for her to finish making that fine frittata.
All right. She goes into the kitchen and she begins combining the ingredients a little bit at a time. She heats the oven and she basically sets her way to make a fine breakfast. Next, let's go to Hobson.
Hey, Hobson probably would want to go to the study first.
Okay.
And see what's up in there. By the way, did you make this?
I did not entirely make it. I adapted it.
It's very lovely.
For our listeners, just so you know, we are also using Roll20, so there is a visual aspect to this audio medium that we're trying our best to communicate. But Frank has prepared some very lovely maps, and
We're becoming so advanced.
we'll share those on social media. And right now we're walking through a very, very lavish apartment.
And it's a very good representation of your standard Sherlock Holmes B221 Baker Street flat.
A lot of rugs.
221B.
Yeah, that. Did I not say that?
You said B221. I hate you.
You're off the podcast.
Ouch.
And he's out of here. No. Anyway.
You walk into the office, and what you notice is it is strewn about with paperwork. There seem to be 2 chairs across from each other. Between the 2 chairs is a fireplace. There's a desk just littered with work, and what appears to be notes everywhere. Whether or not his wife was aware, it's clear that his retirement was not very restful. Clearly, Shylock was up to something.
Yes. I would like to look around and see, I guess it would be the desk, if that's obvious, like the area that might have seen the most traffic.
Okay. You go over to the desk, and at face value, it's covered in notes, papers. There's a journal there, a map of faraway lands with routes traced.
All right, I guess I want to just kind of look through the notes and the journal and see if anything sticks out. I guess starting with the journal entries.
You open the journal, and you find that it's written in some kind of code.
Ooh, oh no.
Clearly for his eyes only.
Then can I take a look at the other notes? Are they also written in code?
The only notes that seem to be legible to you are the most mundane of notes. Things that would be from a honeydew list, like repair the step outside you see on one note. On another note, fix peeling paint in the bathroom.
Did the step outside need repair?
You say to...
my memory of coming in the front door.
Roll a d20 to see if you noticed.
Okay. Just straight D20?
Yeah.
15.
You did indeed feel that when you walked on the step that it was slightly loose, but not by any means broken.
Okay. Okay, I don't know what that means. I don't know if...
Maybe it means nothing.
I guess if you want to let me have any more time in here, I just want to search around to see if there's anything else that could hint about what he had been doing.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's go to you, Grotank.
Thank you for enjoying our legally distinct adventure that is not at all related to another fictional detective with the initials of SH and also lives at 221B Baker Street. Hey, let's do some quick housekeeping while we're here. First, thank you to rolemusic for providing our awesome intro song titled The River. Also to Kevin MacLeod Kevin MacLeod for the songs Spyglass, Intractable, and Cool Cats, which are played throughout the episode. And to the contributors at freesound.org for all the sound effects and ambient noises you're hearing throughout the episode. Be sure to check the show notes for more info and links to all the music in the episode. And I'd like to give a huge thank you to my big brother Frank for running this adventure for us. It's interesting to have us all playing at the same time and annoying someone else who isn't a show regular for once. And hey, real quick, if you'd like to support the show, you can visit patreon.com/tooowwwcast. And for just $2 a month, you can support the show and help us eventually hire an editor maybe, and we can just play more adventures, just get more content out. So, for more of us here at Tooscast, check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search Tooscast, that's TWOS Cast, and use hashtag Tooscast to say hello. To hear the show, head over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, or Google Podcasts. If you're listening on Spotify or Podbean, follow us to be notified when episodes come out. And hey, while you're at it, go ahead and rate our podcast on Spotify, or leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We don't advertise the show at all right now, so positive ratings and word of mouth are our most powerful tools to help the show grow. Any and all support is always greatly appreciated. So we're doing like a multi-episode thing for this adventure, so we'll see you back here on Tuesday, March 8th for the next episode of The Case of the Empty Cradle. Okay, let's get back to it. Have I had a frittata before? I don't think I've ever actually had a frittata. Is it like an omelet?
I find myself standing in a strange woman's bedroom. I'm looking around. I get to my hands and knees and I look underneath the bed. I roll an investigation. I look into the small space underneath the mattress where my daughter once hid herself from scary men who came to take her. A place she failed her stealth check-in.
You look at the small space beneath the bed, a space that's about maybe 13 inches high, and you think about your daughter, and indeed, this would be precisely the kind of space she would hide in her final moments. And there's
Final
some
moments?
sort of final moments before you last saw her. Or
Okay.
that you would know of.
I just wanted to clarify.
Phew.
Yes, who knows?
Have you killed my daughter, DM?
Your fears are such that you don't know what could have happened. Everything's on the table.
I continue on and I roll an investigation check. Fuck, I rolled a 9. I guess it doesn't matter.
You look around the room, and what you find is the bed is unmade. There are clothes strewn about. But when you check the dresser, you find that there's many suits, all of which are exactly the same. All of which are a men's attire. It seems that Shylock was not one to dress differently on different days.
I see. I check the label. What size is he?
In coat, he is a 38R.
Wow, small man, slim figure. 5'10", perhaps, 150, 160 pounds. Not his best. Far below. Age must have crippled him. Still. But let me do a one more investigation, and I'd like to go through the pockets of this man's suits.
Okay, excellent.
I rolled a 16, 6,
Okay.
22.
You look inside one of the pockets, and you find what is clearly a paint swab.
What color?
White,
Like eggshell?
like eggshell.
Off-white.
Eggshell.
Off-white. So white, it's off-white.
I fucking hate eggshell.
It's beyond white.
Eggshell is the colors of morons, simpletons. This man was a genius.
Landlords.
And landlords. I'm not sure if this man would be putting off-white eggshell on his walls. Perhaps he was a simp. You hear that, kids? That was for you. Yay, TikTok.
You're getting that terminology off of TikTok?
I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Let's go to Trusty Jeff next.
Yeah, please. I will. Let me see here. What other rooms have we? So we've looked at his study, we've looked at his kitchen, or their kitchen, sorry, and we've looked at their bedroom. Has anyone looked at the Bebe's room?
No.
I will look at the Bebe's room.
I'm still eating this delicious frittata.
Roll a d20 for the frittata.
I got a 2.
Yeah, it's terrible. Whatever she was saying and using, you bite down into it, and there's eggshells inside of the frittata.
Eggshells, you say?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, eggshells in there. She just, like, it seems that her nerves were so unsteady
It's all adding up.
that she just was like, and this goes in there, and it seems she wasn't measuring any of the ingredients. She just wants to essentially cook for you so that you can start investigating.
It's this is, quite a... I'm gonna go start looking around now, ma'am. You let us know if you need anything.
Oh, thank goodness. Yes, of course. If you need some more, there's another slice that I have.
Oh, no, that'll be all right. Lou heads in to help, Hobson Wolf with, come in, Mr. Wolf. You need lifted on something? I'm on the way.
I like how Lou has discovered another mystery of the murder of this frittata.
The death of baking.
Guys, I think she might have done it. Not on purpose. She may have accidentally poisoned her baby.
Oh, shit.
Which caused the baby to disappear?
Maybe the baby ran away after realizing the kind of food that it had to look forward to.
Can we go back to Trusty Jeff? I interrupted you.
Yes, Trusty Jeff will look at the Bebe's room. I would like to look at the window. I'm gonna look at the window, see if there's any scuff marks, if there's any footprints or mud scrapings on the windowsill. See if let's try to single out if there's a kidnapping angle to this.
Roll your d20.
Well, boys, they called me a professional detective for a reason. That's a 2.
You go to the set of curtains that seem to be on the other side of the wall.
Oh yeah.
And you open the curtains, and it doesn't reveal a window, but there's a painting behind this curtain that it was blocking.
These are fantastic curtains.
The painting seems to be of Shylock, his wife, and what appears to be a son, but a full-grown man, not a baby.
But there's a crib in the room.
Nothing more suspicious than a full-grown man.
Oh, that was it. That was the end of that thought. Okay. Strange, weird and strange and strange.
The man looks like a younger version of Shylock, shall we say.
This man looks like a younger version of Shylock. Even I can tell that with my amazing perception. Boy, Trusty Jeff loudly announces, Trusty Jeff has finished his investigation of the baby's room. And I leave the baby's room.
Okay. Let's go back to Hobson.
All right. Wolf and Fang.
Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah, Wolf and Fang.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yes. Hobson would like to try to just determine, I guess, anything that he had been working on or looking at. So I guess do a general search of the room.
Okay, roll a d20. Use perception.
Perception, okay.
Would I be allowed to help him on this roll and give him advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Advantage.
You pick him up high over your head and scan him about the room.
He plops him on his shoulders to like have a higher vantage point, as well as like looking around himself.
4 eyes are better than 2.
Oh, garbage. What the heck?
You right there, Johnny?
Were both your rolls bad?
Both of them are pretty bad.
Oh.
That would be a total of 12.
12. You look around the room, but really it all seems, you don't know whether this has all been actively worked on or if the detective was just messy. Both are highly likely. You do find an interesting smoking pipe. It seems to be really long, with a small head, and has a strange smell.
Ooh, all right.
How strange.
I bet he's smoking that Bofunga.
Bofunga dream.
Can I investigate this further?
You can. How would you like to investigate it further?
I'm going to put down my pipe, which I am constantly also smoking. Lou, do you know what this is?
No. I mean, I might, but usually I don't. So I'm just throwing it out there. But I'll take a look.
I like the honesty in that.
Honest Lou.
Okay, I would like to investigate, I guess, if there's anything in the bowl of the pipe.
Ash.
Oh, I know what that is.
Does he have like a box somewhere for his tobacco?
On the desk, there is a tiny box that could possibly possess tobacco.
I would like to open the box. Lou, put me down over there.
Right. Lou sets him on the table.
Yes, let's open the box.
All right, you open it, and immediately you see a lot of tobacco.
Is it good tobacco?
It seems to be fine tobacco, to your trained eye.
Is there anything out of the ordinary? Can I roll my, I think it's investigation is what I'm very good at,
Yes.
to see what's up with this box, if there's anything extra going on, or if perhaps there's something that's not tobacco that's hidden.
You may, so roll.
Could I actually roll perception instead?
Sure.
Because apparently that's actually my best stat, and I rolled persuasion last time.
Just so you know, investigation is when you're looking for something specific. Perception is sort of an overall look at something.
What do I see? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just so you know.
Okay, I rolled a 3, but I got a 16.
Wow.
Oh, all right. Well, that's amazing.
Holy shit.
Thought this was a good D20.
All right. So you look at the tobacco, and it seems to be high quality tobacco. The box itself has fine wooden carvings all around it. It doesn't necessarily seem to be anything special. But you do see that the tobacco is not even. There seems to be a mound in it.
See if anything is buried inside there. Lou, look at this.
See if he's packing some of that Bowfunga
It looks like tobacco to me, boss, but you want me to dig around in it?
No, under the tobacco, Lou. Look, there's a lump.
What is it?
You clear the lump, and you clearly find a small amount of opium.
Ow! Oh, I had always suspected.
Don't do opium, kids.
That's some more serious stuff there.
Indeed.
You don't put that in a pipe and smoke it unless you're really looking to get a time going.
Well, apparently Mr. Helms was rather bored in his old age, or his retirement, rather. Well, it's good to know, but I don't think it's going to lead to anything else. I'll put it back.
I don't know. It is something. Let me see that, Mr. Wolf.
Very well.
I'll ask the lady about if she knew anything going on with this.
Lou, be delicate.
When am I not?
Hobson just gives up with that statement.
Lou, what do you choose to do?
Lou is gonna take the opium and wander back to find Mrs. Helms, the alleged widow. Yeah, wherever she might be.
She's in the kitchen. She's sitting there, eating her own frittata, and she seems to be picking eggshell out of it. And she goes, I must have missed one.
Yeah, one. Listen, ma'am.
Yes.
I don't mean to pry into your private affairs, except that I do. And
No, of course.
well, you don't happen to know anything about this, do you? And Lou holds up the opium that we discovered hidden in the tobacco.
Oh, why that's opium. Yes, I do know that. That's opium.
I'm aware of what it is, ma'am. Are you aware that we would have found this inside of your husband's tobacco case?
Oh, yes, it's from one of his old cases.
That case would be...
He didn't really discuss it, but that's what he told me.
How did you find out about this, may I ask? And you see Hobson is standing on the other side of the table, but you can only see his eyes popping over the top.
I occasionally try to clean my husband's study. He gets upset whenever I do, and I came across it. I asked him what it was and why it smelled so funny, and he told me it was opium and that it was from one of his previous cases, his words.
So your husband didn't partake
Oh, no.
in this sort of thing himself?
No. Not to my knowledge. Never, no.
Does she seem legit when she's saying that? Can I roll insight again?
You may.
Can I assist him?
Yes, you may.
Since you're aiding me, I get advantage. So let's see if I roll any better on the second one. I don't. That is a total of 22 on the insight check.
Wow. You can tell that she seems very firm about it, but there is a feel of like, maybe this is more what she needs to believe.
Yes. Right. And he didn't partake in anything else of this nature.
Well, nothing.
Obviously, tobacco pipe smoking, that's fine. Mr. Wolf does that all the time. There's not a problem with that. But anything like this, it gets a little more,
Cocaine.
cocaine.
He injected cocaine.
Injected.
On occasion.
Just, needle straight in there?
It helped him focus.
Yeah, I've heard it does that. For some people, that's good to know.
Don't do cocaine, kids!
Do you happen to know where he keeps his cocaine?
It's in the neat Moroccan case above the fireplace.
We'll take a look.
Trusty Jeff will be by the fireplace.
He's the man of 101 faces, then he also has 101 noses.
And they're all having a good night tonight.
To rip up those sick minds, dude. Don't do coke, kids. It's not good for you.
It's just really funny and fun with your friends. Anyway.
From the hall, Trusty Jeff will announce, Trusty Jeff would like to hold a team meeting.
Can we hold the team meeting by the fireplace where there is a neat... You said Moroccan?
Moroccan, yes, Moroccan.
Okay. A Moroccan case.
Yes, please. All meet in the study. We should compare notes.
I haven't been taking notes, but I'll tell you what I know.
Yeah, that. We should do that.
I was going to check the bathroom. I guess we'll never know.
You all meet in the study?
Well, gentlemen, I have found, aside from a particularly fantastic set of curtains, a painting of what seems to be what's the name of this guy? Guy that's missing?
Shylock.
Shylock, a Mrs. Shylock, and the baby. But the baby appears to be a full-grown baby, and of the man variety.
Well, if it's a man, he may have just left when he had the frittata.
Roll a d20, Alex.
Oh, God. It's a 7.
With that, Mrs. Helms, who can hear you from the kitchen, goes, "Oh,
but how?"
You're in the study right next to it. She essentially, you can hear her going, "Oh, you're speaking of the painting in the baby's room. Yes, that's my son. That's the baby's father. My son died in a car crash."
Well, I feel stupid.
Guys, I think we might be bad detectives.
Nonsense.
I swear we're really good detectives, and also your frittata was, quote unquote, not that bad.
Nelson, get away from the Moroccan vase. I see you.
Well, I went to their bedroom. I went through their clothes, all their intimates,
Of course you did.
all the privates. And all I found was nothing. Just like when I found the missing space where my daughter should have been. Anyway, I also went through his pockets. I found an awful lot of the same kind of suit. This is also an Irish accent. Anyway, continuing on. I also found, listen, this is a fun thing for the viewers. Listeners. Hey, viewers. You can see my notes where I wrote down paint swap egg smell. Anyway.
Egg smell?
I found a paint swab, and it's eggshell, and I find it very suspicious.
Does it seem like the room was recently painted?
Eggshell. That's what was in the frittata.
A coincidence we can't look over.
I feel we should arrest this frittata.
It was the frittata!
Bring the frittata into custody.
On grounds of being criminally bad.
I asked the group,
Ask away.
did anyone notice any new eggshell in the rooms?
Nope.
I don't remember checking. Crap.
TM?
You did not.
Okay.
There was no, as you went from the rooms, all the rooms that you've been in seem to be, different colors, none of which were white.
Was the bedroom eggshell?
It was not. It was like a gray.
Yes, it was a gray. I remember clearly, because I was there. I was looking at it.
Then perhaps this is something that we must bring up to the missus. I have another question for her as well.
Yeah, hey lady, since you're listening anyway, can you come in here?
Yes, of course. She comes into the room. How can I help you? Detectives.
Please, ma'am, I do not want you to feel as if we are ganging up on you, but we have several questions which we will barrage you with.
Yes, of course.
First, I believe my companion Neeson.
I thought it was Liam Neeson until today, too. I don't know where I got that. It's strange. Liam Neeson, you have a problem out there.
A branding problem. Call me.
I hope you're listening, because you're listening. I know you're listening.
My companion Neeson has a question for you.
All right, well, I'll answer if I can.
Yes, ma'am, I'm sure you will.
I will.
Tell me, ma'am, What was your husband's favorite color?
He was a fan of teal, as you can tell by the walls.
Teal, yes. A complicated, effervescent color, really. Not quite primary, no. A certain kind of man likes teal. A gentleman. A man of hope. A man who wouldn't paint his walls eggshell.
Oh no, that's for the bathroom.
Oh.
Nobody went there.
Well, I guess that's it then. I was gonna check the bathroom, but I did not.
I specifically stopped you.
You have a lot of convenient answers for all of our questions, ma'am.
Well, you ask a lot of easy questions.
Damn.
She's right. What do we do? Get her. She figured us out.
Do you know anything about your husband's journal?
I mean, only enough to know not to read it.
Have you tried to read it?
I have seen the ciphers. They're beyond my comprehension. He has his own system of putting down his notations, nothing I could ever figure out on my own.
Does he cipher and maybe send messages to a colleague? An old friend?
It's entirely possible, yes.
Who else might know the cipher?
There was a man he used to communicate with. An enemy. They would go back and forth. But that man has been long gone. A man by the name of Montgomery. Montgomery Adams. Roll a d20 to see if I throw up in my mouth. Yeah.
It's a 16, my best roll of the night.
Wow.
We can do an ERP one-shot if we really need to at some point down the line, but...
For the Patreon. For the Patreon.
For the lawsuit. For the lawsuit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Papa, can you hear me?